Welcome to the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie, powered in part by Classic of Denton. The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts and their guests are those of the show host and guests, and not necessarily those of the sponsors, DentonRadio.com, or the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit the Policies and Procedures page at DentonRadio.com.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on the Denton Vibe. I am so excited to be here tonight in the studio with Lilia Whittington.
Yes.
And we're going to be talking about some really fun stuff right before the holidays even. So stay completely glued to the screen. I was going to say to the tube, but we don't who has a tube nowadays?
I mean, you know.
But we're going to talk about her blog, and we're going to talk about a lot of local fun stuff. So thank you for showing up here, and thank you for visiting me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here. This is the first time I'm doing something like this, so I'm super excited.
I'm so glad you are. So I have been looking at her stuff, and if you haven't looked at her stuff, we're going to tell you in a little bit where to find her. But first of all, we like to get to know the artist, writer, blogger, musician. Yeah. So Lilia is a blogger.
Yes.
She's a lifestyle fashion blogger.
Yes.
And add any other things that you need to.
So I'm a lifestyle, fashion, and local blogger. So what that basically means is I cover lifestyle category, I cover the fashion category, so like boutiques and clothes and all of the stuff that comes with fashion, as well as local content, which means the city of Denton. So
pretty much everything.
Yeah, pretty much everything in Denton is like local content, which is great. So I will probably never run out of things to talk about for Denton.
That's
which is
for sure.
Wonderful. I've lived here 20 years and like there's never like something's always going on, which is really nice. So it's been fun.
So how did you get to Denton? Tell me the story.
So my family, my dad grew up in Denton. Mm-hmm. So which they moved to Denton, and then my family kind of started in Denton there. And he went to Denton High School, went through all of the public school in Denton, and then he went to college. He met my mom at UNT whenever he was here for the holidays.
Nice.
And they kind of moved around a little bit. My dad's a pilot, but whenever I was born, I was firstborn out of 6 kids. Never a dull day in my house. We were kind of up north a little bit, but I moved down here whenever I was 2 to be closer to family because at that point, there was 3 of us. My mom was pregnant with the 4th, and my mom was like, I need help. If I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom and you're going to go work, I need help. And so our whole support system has always been down here in Denton. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing I love about Denton as a community is we're all so supportive of each other. Like we support each other. We love each other. We help each other out. Like that's always been a really big thing with Denton that I love.
Definitely.
So and then I grew up here in the public school system. I went to Denton High, graduated just like my dad did. I went to TWU. I met my husband here.
Nice.
and then I started blogging about 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, it was almost a joke. I'm not gonna lie. I was talking to my friend and I'm like, hey, I want to do this blogging thing. Like everyone else is doing it. And she was like, yeah, but everyone else is doing it. And I was like, well, I'm going to do it better. And so we kind of started brainstorming names, and the Diaries kind of was evolved out of that conversation. Mm-hmm. So I live in Denton, wanted to blog about Dallas at the time. Mm-hmm. DFW, my last name was Dean before I got married. And then my middle name was Danielle. So I signed everything with DD up until I was married. Now it's DW. Mm-hmm. And so I just had a bunch of D's in my life. And I was like, the D Diaries is very obviously what I need to call this. And it's grown like a weed this year. Good. So, and it's been amazing. I've met more people than I can count that are just amazing here in Denton. And it's really helped me get to know my community more. Mm-hmm. It's really helped me get involved in my community more. Mm-hmm. And I never would have thought that I would be where I am today with my blog.
Well,
by any means.
It is pretty exciting. Now, she's obviously told you the name of the blog, and it's the D Diaries. Yeah. So you guys have to look her up. Now, one of the things that I noticed right off the top, I was just like, her stuff and her content is awesome. I love your photography. I love your nice job. I love the photos. The create, the way you created the photos and the flow of them, as far as the aesthetics of what it looks like.
Thank you.
It is. I absolutely love it, and it was just. I couldn't stop scrolling, and I was like, well, if I like too many, she's gonna think I'm crazy.
No. I've had friends who have they're like, oh my gosh, I haven't liked one of your photos. I'm like, oh, it's fine. And then they'll go and they'll like 20 in a row.
Yes.
And that's blogger lingo for I'm catching up.
Yes.
I'm catching up on everything I missed.
Yes. And you're going to get some of that from me, because I'm going to have to go back and get acquainted.
Yes.
So it's just really wonderful. So you guys have to check out her blog, and we're going to obviously be talking about it, but you have to see it. You have to go look at it. Yeah. It's amazing.
There's some hidden gems on there.
Yeah. Yeah, there are. And if you're a Dentonite, you're going to be able to relate to a lot of her, almost all of her posts.
Basically, I have a whole Denton section on my blog. Yeah. Denton has my heart. I started and I thought I was going to be this next Dallas blogger. Woo! But this year I started and I was like, you know what? No, I live in Denton and there's not enough coverage in Denton, and I want to be Denton. I want to embody Denton. And so that's kind of how this year started and how I've ended this year. I had an event on Sunday with 9 Pharaoh Kitchen and Cocktails, and
nice.
Frosted Doilies Confectionery cookies, which check her out. Her cookies were great.
Nice.
They were really good. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, can I have more? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have any more. Go message her and get more. And then Bochi's Place, which is a nonprofit, and we all had a blast. The event sold out. Everyone had an amazing time. It was so good. And 9 Pharaoh Kitchen and Cocktails, they know what's up with food.
Nice.
They know what's up.
Well, we'll talk about that event in a minute, because I want to revisit that too. I think I saw something when I was searching and I was going through your files and stuff. Okay, so you decided to become a blogger and you decided to bring it back to Denton.
Yes.
Okay, so what I want to talk about, because obviously we are all exposed to bloggers and whatnot, but how do you make it work? You don't have to give away your secrets, but let us know how to make it work. Because I know somebody's going to be watching who really wants to do what you're doing. Yeah. And I always want to encourage people to take that creative step. And you made it happen, and you're doing it for 2 years. Yeah. Some people may think,
honestly, only really hardcore for a year.
There you go.
So I've pushed it for a year, but I've been doing this for 2 years. Yeah, so for anybody listening who wants to be a blogger, you just have to be authentic, with Instagram and with Facebook and with, filters and whatever. Being authentic is the way you're going to grow. If you're not authentic, people can sense that. People can really sense when you don't automatically love something, or whenever you don't have a passion behind it. They can just see it in the way you're piecing everything together. And for me, Denton's my home. And so I have an automatic connection there. But for you, your home might be your cat, or, the way you decorate your house, or the way you, put enamel pins on a backpack. That might be what you love and what you're passionate about. So if you just have a love and a passion and an authenticity behind it, you can make a blog. You can start a blog.
Okay, now let's sidetrack real quick, because I want to talk about some of the craziest things I've seen that people actually, I don't want to call them bloggers per se, but they are content creators, and they are, oh my gosh, I will be the first to admit that I have been sucked into the vortex of the cutting soap.
Oh my gosh. I could watch that for hours.
And I'm like, first of all, my first reaction was like, what in the world are they doing? What is this?
And then you're 4 hours later on video number 152, and you're like, why am I still watching this?
Okay, and I had another one. Now that one was more like, why are you doing this? And I
how do you have 200,000 followers and I have barely 8?
And they're cutting soap with an X-Acto knife. Now I'm a huge Lush USA Lush bath product. Yes. I'm a huge fan of Lush, and I used to watch them to go to sleep. The videos,
The bath bombs just like
the bath,
oozing,
yeah,
just, like,
just water on the bath bomb, and I'm like, my husband used to say, "Why are you watching that video?"
don't
I'm
know,
like, "I
babe."
don't know, but it's so relaxing to me."
and I think it's that I think it's that like releasing of energy, because I'm obsessed with Dr. Pimple Popper. I'll admit it. Like, it's just the release. It's that release of tension, and it's just like it's like
Oh my
pop, and you're
gosh.
like you're like holding your breath, and then it. But yeah, like I
Oh
think
my
it's just the
God.
release of everything, and then it's like so satisfying watching everything geometrically because I don't know
Yeah,
what,
I don't- yeah,
I'm
I don't
sure
know.
there's a psychology person who can answer
Please
that.
help us, because I don't know the rhyme or reason, but we do get sucked into these,
Yes. Yes.
vortex of social
Yes.
media, and
Or
that's
cat videos.
yes, definitely. Mine right now, animal wise, is the little squirrel.
Okay.
That squirrel is a girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're off on a tangent. That'll be a whole other
That's a
show.
whole other episode.
Back to your blog.
Yeah.
But so you have this content,
Mhm.
and I noticed your photos are very happy.
Yes.
I love it. You
Thank you.
can feel the vibe.
Oh yeah.
I like to plug in the vibe.
Yeah.
You can feel that Denton vibe in your
Yeah.
photos.
Uh-huh.
And it's true. You immediately, I was happy watching your content, because I'm like, oh, she looks like she's having fun.
Thank you.
And so that attracts me, and I'm sure that
Yeah.
attracts a lot of other people to be like, I gotta subscribe,
Yeah.
let me follow her blog, or
Yeah.
let me do this and that. So you've been doing this 2 years,
Mhm.
and I can already imagine, because I'm new to your blog, I will admit that.
That's fine.
And thank you, Kim, for introducing us.
Yes, thank you, Kim. I love you and I appreciate you.
Yes, and we're going to talk about Kim in a little bit. So, but definitely, just so many topics that you're gonna
Yeah.
even though it's fashion, and lifestyle can
Yeah, yeah.
encompass a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. But
And it does. Like
Yeah.
I kind of so I have I like to think about it as like 5 buckets. You've got your 5 major buckets that you can kind of filter your content through. And that's really what I do. So like Denton's one, my sustainable fashion specifically, I am all for versatile clothing. I did a whole section on my blog about this brand called Veta Capsule, which is 5 garments that create 30 outfits.
I saw that one.
I did a whole month where I only wore 1 capsule, and it was so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, okay, this is going to be really hard. By the end of the month, I'm going to be so sick and tired of wearing this capsule. And by the end of the month, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. I want more. And my husband was like, no, you can't afford more. I'm like, but I want more. So, but yeah, sustainable fashion, lifestyle is like healthy living, and then Denton, obviously. And then, just my cat and family really
Nice.
is one. Yeah. Yeah. So like filtering your content through those 5 buckets really helps, make you less scatterbrained.
Yeah.
And more kind of like refined. Like you're still talking about a lot of stuff, but it's being filtered down.
Yeah.
So,
And that does help you be focused and grab your audience, because if you have too much of
Yes.
something, it may work against you in some cases. And,
yeah.
you want to grab in that audience, and obviously, you want to keep them there.
Yes.
So nice job. So when did you realize, okay, this passion, or this blogging that I started for whatever reason is now really, really piquing my interest, and how did you transition to making it basically your second career?
Yeah. So kind of, I feel like, honestly, I don't really know like the official date. I just know that at the beginning of this year, I was going to events, I was doing things, I was meeting bloggers, I was having conversations, and I actually met my now mentor, my blogger mentor, and I was just talking to her, and it kind of like something just clicked. Like it was just, I want to do this. I really want to do this. Like I'm going to make this a thing. And so about right after we got married, I just really started making connections, started doing more events. I made business cards. I made a very active Facebook group, kind of started diversifying myself. And then it turned into what it is today. Like that's really what happened.
Nice.
I was just, building and connecting and really working on it, and really working on making authentic content, good quality content, as well as, filtering down the collaboration requests I was getting. Because you know, a lot of bloggers say, oh, I turn down like 90% of the collaborations I get. And that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get so many, my inbox is constantly full and I'm constantly going through emails like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Or just, you know, yeah. So that's, you know, with all of that and now where I am today, it just kind of happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the passion was there, the backbone behind it was there, the drive was there, and I think once all of that was there, it took off.
Nice.
So
And
yeah.
it's been fun for you, hasn't
Oh my
it?
gosh, it's been so fun.
I know it's a lot of work, but I know that it's also been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I can imagine. And I admire that. I wish I could be a blogger. You know, of course, artists
Yeah.
and creatives all, we want to get our hands in everything. So I
Yeah.
definitely have fun watching other people excel at something. And yours
Yeah.
is quite a lot of, go check it out. Don't take my word for it. It's a lot of fun.
It's cool.
Yes, it is. So on your blog, you have been showcasing
Yes.
local stuff,
Mhm.
obviously, and it could be any kind of local content. So most recently, you showcased shops,
Yes.
and we are right around the holidays.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about your latest blog post.
Yes.
So tell us a little about it.
So, a major section of my blog is local content,
Mhm.
local shops, representing the local population of small businesses and entrepreneurs here in town. So I decided to build a whole blog post centered around the amazing shops here in Denton, some of my favorite shops.
Nice.
So I have brought some of the items in the post with me today
Nice
to
goodie.
showcase. Yes. So, should we just dive in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever you want to.
Okay. So for starters, you can get this lovely stocking at Denton Trading Co.
Nice.
It is $14.
Denton
and-
Trading Company.
I
I
love
love
them.
that
I get
place.
lost in that store.
I do too.
And it's not. It's a good size, but yeah, I get lost in there.
Yeah.
I get lost.
No, you do. You can. I usually
You just
spend
like
it.
wow.
Yeah, I usually spend about at least 30 to 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I love taking pictures everywhere I go. So
It's just so nicely curated. I tell Laura all the time, I'm like, you do such an amazing
She
job.
does.
She kills it. Oh my gosh.
yes, she does.
But yeah, so Denton Trading Co. You can get this wonderful stocking. And then our first brand that we're going to be talking about is the Salted Sanctuary Soap Company, which is Kimberly's company.
Kimberly Bien.
Yes.
One of my favorite
So,
people in Denton.
This is her lemongrass and tea tree soap, and honestly, it smells like a spa. Like it smells like a
Yes.
good, clean spa, and it smells
This is
so good.
my favorite scent is lemongrass,
Yeah,
and I actually,
it's so satisfying. Like you just smell it, and you're like, oh yes.
you guys, if y'all haven't tried out her products,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be the next one to rant and rave because
Yes.
I use her body scrub, and it is it's addicting
Mhm.
because it leaves your
Mhm.
skin really silky. And no, I'm not just saying that because she's my friend. I have a small panic when I run out because I'm like,
Yes.
"But how am I gonna be silky without it?"
Where's my softness coming from?
It's
But yeah.
really, and it smells so
good.
fresh, and
Yeah.
it smells
And
really
it's
good.
what's crazy and what's so nice and refreshing about, Kimberly's company is all of the ingredients are all natural.
Yes,
It's made here in Denton. Like there's no chemicals, there's no nothing, which I know is like the buzzword in skincare right now.
Mhm.
Chemical free, all natural. Like this line truly is chemical free, all natural. Everything in it,
Mhm.
is good for you. So
So you guys look her up.
Yeah.
It's Salted Sanctuary Soap. You can find her on Instagram, Facebook. You'll find her here on the square.
yes,
And
at Denton Trading Co. and she's got a
Vintage.
pop up at Vintage Blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So, and then
Great
two
gifts.
other of my favorite products are the Lavender and Rose Everything Oil, which really is the everything oil. It's the only oil you need,
nice.
honestly. And then her Rose and Vanilla Luxury Bath Salts. So, if you've got a skincare junkie in your family, like this is exactly what they need. Because not only is it's supporting local. It's supporting the health of your skin, which
Nice.
is our largest organ and
Yes.
is what everybody sees first.
Definitely.
Is your skin.
And
So-
everybody likes to feel good and smell good.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
can't. I mean, even guys do.
You can't go wrong with
Yeah.
it. I mean, honestly, my husband steals my bars of soap more than anything.
Yeah. And this lemongrass is, I would say, a universal smell.
It really is.
It is a
yeah.
great smell for male,
It's
female.
just very clean. It's very refreshing, and it's not too florally. Because I know a lot of guys are like, "Oh, it's too floral." I'm like, no, this is
It's a very clean scent.
very clean, very good. Yeah.
I love it.
So some other products I brought are from Denton Trading Co. That's another post, or that's another store in my post.
Nice.
This is probably one of my favorite things they have in store. It's for instant cheer and cocoa and cookies. So
Nice.
you've got your cocoa cup right here with your little teaspoon.
Nice.
You put your little cookies in there. Honestly, you could just leave this for Santa with his milk and cookie and call it good.
There you go.
Yeah, that's all you need. And then this mug is $24 from those guys. We'll just put
Very
that right there.
cute.
It's very cute. Perfect for holiday parties. Perfect for kids. Perfect
Very
for,
cute.
you know, whomever.
Yeah.
So another fun thing is they have these trivia card games there.
Nice.
So they have it for the 80s, the 90s, which I have the 90s with me tonight, and the early 2000s.
No, I know that feels like.
I know. I'm like, it's already, that was almost 20 years ago.
I know. I'm thinking the 90s was 20 years ago. 10.
Yeah.
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 It's really how I feel. 80s was 20. 90s,
Yeah. 90s
was 10.
and 2000.
And one more year over the over the hump.
Exactly. But yeah, so this is just a fun little stocking stuffer. Like, I don't know what
Very
y'all put in
cool.
your stockings, but this is the kind of stuff that I just, you know, the cute little, like,
Yeah.
oh, I thought of you. I know you
Those are
like
cute.
Yeah. And I'm all about girl power. And
Oh, I am
so,
too.
you know, a little pen pouch for your pens. You know, I can never have too many pens.
I don't care how old I am. I will always like the little girly stuff.
Yes.
The pink and
Yes.
the cute colors.
The little fuzzy top pen.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We don't grow out of that. I'm sorry. I
No.
don't. No.
No. But yeah, so it just says, yeah, when we support each other, incredible things happen.
I love
So-
that
And then to write with your pens that are in that fun
bag.
little bag, we've got the Denton, Texas journal. So this is made by Denton Trading Company, and it's got a map of Denton,
Nice.
which is kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah, so they also have a couple other variations of it in store, but this is probably my favorite just because it's got a full-blown map on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Mhm.
And you can't have too many journals.
I know.
You
Yeah.
can't.
I have one for the blog, I've got one for,
Yep.
you know, thoughts, and then one for work, and it just,
Yeah.
you know, all
And
these
then
little
they
journals.
become an obsession, and then
Yes.
you're like, I need another one, and your husband's like, you have like 50 that you haven't even written in. But this
What-
is a different cover.
It's like, this is different.
Yes.
This is different.
It's a new project.
Yeah. So, and then the last thing I brought is the Hollis collection of makeup bags from Bella Designs down the street.
I
So,
absolutely love it.
yeah. So what I've got in here is obviously this is the makeup bag. This is the big one.
This is for all you makeup gurus.
And then this is the smaller one. And this I like the name of this one. It's called Holy Chic.
Nice.
It's fun. It's the cheetah print that all the girls love right now.
It's a very subtle cheetah print,
Yes.
which I absolutely love.
Uh-huh. And then there's a makeup brush case.
love that.
Which is also, so what's different about Hollis is everything has a vinyl on the inside that is completely clean.
Which is awesome.
Cleanable. All you have to do is, like, if your foundation spills, which mine does all the time. I don't know what's wrong with it. It just does. You clean it with the one swipe.
Yeah.
And you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
that's a
nice.
big deal. If you want to get a gift for somebody who's a makeup fanatic, this is something you need to consider.
Yes.
Because you can use it for travel, you can use it
Yeah.
for your, you know, whatever you want
Yeah.
to put in there. But makeup would be the natural selection
Yeah.
for something like
Yeah.
this.
And with the bigger makeup case, it does come with a smaller little clutch. So this is like,
Nice.
I like to put my like lip glosses and mascara whenever I'm running late in here and just like take it with me. And then, you know, you can just pop it back in here whenever you're going to travel or whenever you're going anywhere else.
I absolutely love that.
Yes. So yeah, that's, and you can find this whole line at Bella Designs down the street, right off the square. But yeah, this is the Do It Denton holiday guide.
There you go. So she's got all of that posted out there. So if you're wondering where it's going to be at or you forget the name of it, click on her link. It's the Diaries. So obviously you need to get in there and start looking at her content. figure out what you're going to be shopping for.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to I'm thinking of blogs. I do want to point out that we are in the Discover Denton Welcome Center, and Discover Denton Welcome Center has amazing selection of all kinds of fun stuff, local artists, and just a lot of Denton stuff, some Texas stuff. But here we have a Travel Everywhere Denton, Texas mug. And if you're going to travel, you need to come to Denton.
Yeah.
Denton is on the map, people.
It really is.
And if you haven't visited us here yet, you definitely have to. You have to come back with one of these. Yes. Or if you're Dentonite and you need a support. So we definitely have tons of clothes out here.
Yes.
I love every time they put out new stuff because it's always the cutest. And here's this is actually really soft.
Yeah.
Feel that.
I love a good sweatshirt.
Yeah, and this is softer than your usual sweatshirt. I absolutely love the way this one feels. So you guys need to stay warm with the Denton sweatshirt.
Especially with this weird weather.
Yes, and this is, thin enough to be warm, light and warm enough and fuzzy to be cool, I guess, or keep warm. Here's the Denton, what is it? The I Heart Denton shirt. So you got to have one of these. Yeah. You have to have at least something Denton when you're a Dentonite. So you guys come out and shop local, support local, come out here and, we've got an art gallery in the the Axis Art Alley. So there's art up there as well. So you can come check that out. And just a lot of fun stuff going on here. So just in case, where can they find your content on social media?
Yes, on social media. So I'm Instagram at the D Diaries, and then on Facebook I'm the D Diaries blog, and then I'm on Pinterest as the D Diaries.
So it's pretty.
It's pretty. Everything is the D Diaries or the D Diaries blog. I've tried to keep it consistent by having the same profile picture for everything. So
they can identify.
Yeah, they can identify it, because I know a lot of content creators will have a picture here and have a picture here, and I'm like, one picture is good. One picture is fine. I'm good. Yeah. But and then my website is theddiariesblog.com.
Okay. So I know that you also mentioned collaborations, and you're getting a bunch of them.
Yes. So the holidays are like a hot time.
Yeah. And so I explain to everyone what a collaboration is. It's not just a simple, hey,
there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
It's a process. So it kind of varies. So there's collaborations that I instigate where I reach out to the brands and I reach out to the businesses, and I kind of tell them, this is what I'm looking for. This is my idea. I would love for you to be a part of it. And they either can say, oh, we'd love to, or they can say no, or they just don't respond. Yeah. Like that happens, you know, and I think that's very humbling when it does happen, when a brand doesn't respond and you're like, okay, it's fine. It's fine. It wasn't meant to be. It's fine. So, and then once we kind of agree on terms, we either agree on payment or product swapped, we move into the actual content creation stage. So content creation is anywhere from me going into their store, creating content there, me going into the store, picking up the product, and then taking it back to my house. I have created a little mini photo studio in my house.
Very cool.
Where I take some pictures and I take the pictures there. And then after we've agreed and they have approved all the content that I have created, I then either post it on Instagram, or I post it on Pinterest, or I post it on Facebook. And then if there's a blog post involved, they have to read the blog post usually a week in advance before I post it. They have to approve of all the content in the blog post. And then they, once I get the okay to post, I post away.
Let it go.
Yeah, let it go. And then after I post, there's still a window for content creation, because there's still a window of, okay, I still need to do 2 Instagram posts for this company. I still need to do 1 Facebook post for this company. I still need to do like 4 Pinterest pins. Like it's a process. And so I think a lot of people, whenever they think influencers and Instagram people, they're like, oh, they're just posting on Instagram and like all this stuff. And oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And it's like, we're honestly entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Like we really are.
I mean, it's a full-time job. It really is.
It's a process. I spend a lot of my, this is my second job. Blogging is the second job for me. I do have a full-time job, so I spend a lot of my lunch breaks working on the blog and doing stuff. Yeah. Or making phone calls, or, confirming with venues for events and things like that. So Yeah.
Let's talk about those events real quick. I know you mentioned an event that happened at 940s. Tell me about that.
So I host monthly events for the community. A lot of bloggers will host them only for bloggers, and I want to meet you guys. Like, that's honestly what it comes down to. I'm a people person. That's why I like blogging so much, is because I'm a people person.
Very cool.
And so I host events for the community, ranging from flower workshops, blogger workshops, or entrepreneur workshops. I had one this year where I interviewed another Instagram influencer, and that was really fun.
Nice.
And then this was actually my first dinner I hosted.
Very cool.
So I hosted a dinner with 940 Kitchen and Cocktails, and it was an idea I completely conceptualized myself. I wanted to, end the decade on a high note, because we're ending a decade, and I'm still like wrapping my brain around that. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a new decade. Wow. But to kind of like end it with a bang, I hosted Christmas dinner and cookie decoration.
Very cool.
So it was a lot of fun. We ended up with 20 people in a little corner of 940's Kitchen and Cocktails, and we had a blast. We spilled some icing on a couple people, but it was fine.
That's what you had fun with.
That's what we had fun with. Yeah. And what was so fun and so just like, for me, like a really like you've made it moment was I had people of everyone there. I had girls my age. I had my parents showed up, which was really awesome. I had some of their friends who were like, oh, well, we found it through your daughter. We didn't even know you were going to be here.
Oh, nice.
And, there were some other people who have followed me all year, and they're like, oh, yeah, it sounded fun. Or, then there was another group that was like, oh, yeah, we found you on Facebook, and it looked fun.
Very cool.
It was so refreshing to see the literal community, like a little pieces of everybody kind of show up and come. And so that was really, for me, just really satisfying and really like, wow.
Yeah.
These are my people.
Yeah.
Like this is what I've, worked a year towards, really worked 2 years towards. And
it's very fulfilling.
It's very fulfilling. It's a very fulfilling job, I will say.
Very cool. So when are you going to have another one of those?
So I'm not having anything in January. I am taking the rest of December and about half of January off, just so I can spend time with family. It's the holidays, and I know that they would really like to have me back for the weekends.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, it's time. But my next official event is going to be February 8th in Fort Worth.
Oh, wow.
I had a spa reach out to me.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
So we're doing a couples retreat at
Sign me up.
Girl, it's going to be so much fun.
I will be
teaching a class on flower arrangement using flowers that symbolize love and commitment.
Oh, very cool.
So it's going to be really fun. Yeah, I'm really excited.
I want to go.
Yeah. I got you.
You cannot have my spot. You'll have to get your own.
Yes, but those tickets will officially go on sale about mid-January.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'll be watching out for that.
And if you subscribe to the newsletter, you'll get a preview and a first look at those tickets.
There you go. Yes. You got to get connected, guys. Well, I want to thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
I absolutely am an Insta fan of your blog. Yay. And I'm going to go home and I'm going to go catch up.
Yes.
Because I have catching up. Yeah,
so
definitely.
My favorite series I've done this year was an Eat Like a Dentonite series.
Nice.
And that I literally ate my way through Denton. It was great. I probably gained 5 pounds, but it's fine.
It's okay.
It was totally worth it.
Because you walked it off running around Denton.
I literally walked it off. I was like, oh, we're going to go here. We're going to go here. It was so much fun.
What's your favorite place to eat?
Ooh, Barley and Board.
Yeah.
Barley and Board.
I had never done their brunch. And we went one.
Isn't it so good?
We did. Oh my gosh. I was like, I don't even remember what it was that I ordered, but it was just so simple, but so good.
So my husband's favorite is the Cajun gravy and biscuits.
Nice.
That's really good. And then, mine is a seasonal favorite. So they had this sweet potato this one time. It was a stuffed sweet potato. They've never had it since. I don't know where it went, but that is
quit holding out.
That is by far the best thing I have put in my mouth. So good. So good. Like it was creamy, and it was, how sweet potatoes can sometimes be a little dry?
Yeah.
No. So good. It was like it's good.
They need to bring back.
Need to bring it back.
Man, okay, so now I'm getting hungry and I'm gonna go want to get something to eat.
Right.
But definitely, there's so many cool places here in Denton.
Yeah.
You guys have to shop it up local, support
Yes.
your bloggers,
Yes.
support your radio shows and your
Yes.
radio stations. So I hope you enjoyed this episode here with Lilia. Thank you so much, and we're gonna have you back. I already know.
Ooh,
I already
okay.
know. So you guys have a great time during the rest of the week. Come back next week. We're going to have another great guest before the holidays, and then we're going to be wrapping up the end of the year. So we will see you next time here on the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie.
Yes. Thank you guys so much
Thank
for having
you.
me.
Of course. Bye.
Bye.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our partners and sponsors who made this show possible. And now stick around for a word from all of us here at Discover Denton. Do you love live music? If so, make Denton, Texas your next vacation. Find more information at discoverdenton.com.